Hi and welcome for Tools for Success. This little video is another one in our series for study skills. What you'll see in this video will actually be all in your study skills booklet. They're all resources that you can use and copy as many times as you need. So let's go. They're not in any particular order, they just happen to be how I put them in. So this is the history or story frame. As you can see on this one, we've got the title of event, the problem or goal, who are the key players, where and when did it happen, what actually happened, what were the key events or episodes, what was the outcome of that thing, and what was the overall lesson. So how can this one actually help? So it's great for making a summary of an event in a novel, play, movie, or even a poem. It's also great for making a summary for an event in history or any other subject, and it's also a good planning page for a creative writing task. Our next one is a KWL chart. So KWL is known also as a what do you know, what do you want to know or wonder about, and what do you think you might learn. So you can see here that it's got a nice little spot there for your concept, so whatever it is or topic that you're actually learning about, or an assessment maybe. So what do you actually know about that assessment already? In the next section, what do you want to know, or what have you wondered about, or you think you will actually learn about that particular topic? And the next one is how might you actually find out about that topic? Where will you go to find out the information? And then the last one, after you've completed all those and you've done your bits and pieces, is you come back and do a review and go, what have you actually learned? So I know there's only 5 little points for each of these, but you can certainly do more than that. It doesn't have to be 5, it can be certainly more. Don't limit yourself. So how can it actually help? You can use it before you start an assignment. It will direct your energies to where they are actually needed. Use it before you start a new unit of work. And use it as a tool when you are stuck in the middle of an assignment. So again, it's good for just all those bits and pieces to help you. The next one is a problem or solution chart. So if you have some sort of question, and that could be the problem or something that you've got to find out information for that has a cause and effect, then this is a good one to have a look if you've got to create some sort of ideas and solution. So you can see there simply what is the problem, what's a possible solution, what are the effects, what's a possible solution, what are the causes, what is the solution, and what are the solutions, and what's the solution for the solution. So you just go through the process and use this as often as you need, and it can help. So how can that actually help? It can be used for any purpose where you have a problem and you need to identify a solution. A good strategy to help you think about a problem from several different perspectives, and not just from the one perspective. And it's great for any subject that requires you to think creatively. As you can see, it's sometimes, your solution is not a square peg in a round hole. This next one is a question and answer relationship chart. So for this one, obviously you write the question in the box and then have a look what's in the book, and then what's in your head, your answer. What's actually going to be in the book and what's in your head. So what's right there, where's the answer in the text? Think and search. You might have to put a couple of things together and the answer might be in a couple of places. Sometimes it's in your head, so it's something the author might have implied, and something that's that you already know. So it's an answer that's not actually in the story. And then sometimes you don't even have to read the story and the answer is actually totally in your head. So it's just, again, this is just finding out where your answers are for your questions. So how does this help? The strategy asks you to think, again, from several different angles. And I know we're nasty, but we're asking you to think. We're mean, aren't we? The strategy can be used for any subject that requires you to find answers from a text. The next one is a story map. So again, you can see the title and it's got the author there, and you've got the setting and the characters, and so you just make a list of those bits and pieces. The theme, what's a personal truth about this, what's a universal truth. So this personal truth could be something personal for you, and the universal one could be something that's a bit more out there for everybody. What's the problem or goal, what are the events or episodes, and what's the resolution or outcome. Again, a lot of these are similar, but some people might find these better for their own purpose than other things. So how can this actually help? It's great for writing a summary for an event or a story. It's great for planning written tasks about an event or a story. It's similar to the history frame, and it's great for planning a creative writing task. Again, it just gives you something to start and a place to begin, especially if you're stuck. So this is the event or story pyramid. So this is when you want to do a bit of a summary. So you can maybe talk about the main character. You can see there it's got the main character's name, then 2 words to describe this person, then 3 words to describe the setting or place, then 4 words to describe the event, and 5 words to describe the main idea or the importance of this event. And again, you're looking at adjectives and adverbs and all those lovely describing things that you should be using in any sort of story anyway. So how can this help? It's a way of creating a very brief summary of an event or story. So if you've already done your other story summaries, this one can actually make it so that you've got some notes to study which are very, very brief and will help you get through reviews rather quickly. It's good for using after you have already completed your own summary. And try using it for terms and concepts in other subjects like biology, music, legal studies, etc. Especially in music, you could use this for an instrument. You know, what is the instrument? How do you classify it? Change those bits and pieces. You don't have to use those actual words, but scaffold your own work and be creative. So concept of definition map. Don't forget all these sheets are actually in your study skills booklet. So this one again is a good thing for when you've actually got to learn a whole heap of information. So we've got in the middle you can see the term, and then you've got properties or characteristics of that term. Then you've got examples of it, and then you've got category or categories for which it belongs. So for example, you could maybe put in the middle the term could be orchestra. And then properties or characteristics could be the 4 different families for the orchestra. So you've got string family, woodwind family, brass family, and the percussion family. And the category or categories to which it belongs to would be music ensembles. And then examples could be chamber orchestra. It could be a symphony orchestra, all those sorts of things. So you can see that it gives you a whole heap of information just based out of one term. So why would this be good? Use it when you have new terminology or concepts that are specific for your subject. Use as a way to memorize new material or vocabulary, and can be used for any subject, even maths. Think about formulas and how it could relate to each other and all those bits and pieces. And can even be used about characters in a book, story, history, poem, specific techniques, anything. As I said, any technique that's going to help you and you use is going to be of benefit to you. The Venn diagram. Now we have a couple here. We've got this one which is just with the circles, and you can see the peel paragraph underneath. And the next one is little boxes. So they're all the same. It's basically similarities in the middle and the differences for either of the things that you're comparing on the side. And at the bottom, it's a good idea to do a peel paragraph to explain your differences, because you're comparing 2 different things. But you might want to compare 3 or 4 different things. Create your own table or circles or diagrams, however you wish to do. So what are the benefits of this? How can these actually help? They're great for when you are to compare any 2 things or 3 things or 4 things. It could be songs, characters, times in history, animals, images, paintings, etc. Could be anything. Don't forget, if you were to write a paragraph, use peel, point, explain, example, link. And use the format that suits you. Again, it doesn't have to be a table. It could be circles, could be triangles, could be whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Word, definition, synonym, antonym, and image. Now this one has also been talked about in one of the other videos, but this is just a map and a page that helps you to actually create all these bits and pieces. So you can see we've got the word or the term, the opposite meaning, the similar meaning, what it actually does mean, and an image or a diagram. It's just a way of setting it out that you might like. How can this actually help? It's great for visual learners, especially when you actually use images that have more meanings for you personally. It's good for extending your vocabulary, good for learning new terms and concepts that are subject specific, and it's a universal tool for all subjects. All subjects have terms that you need to do and concepts that you need to learn, so use it for all of them. A SWOT analysis. Now this is analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. It's a great thing to do. You put your topic at the top and then have a good look at these strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats. And then those will help you then to create and make a decision. So how can this actually help? Use as a tool for your own personal needs. You know, what are your own strengths, weaknesses, threats and opportunities? You could use this as a study. You know, the topic could be why I don't study, or why study, or whatever, and you can actually create it that way. Use it as a tool for thinking through problems, events, or actual solutions. and it helps you look at the bigger picture. It really does, and it's a great for use in a decision-making process, and also a really good tool for reflection or evaluation about an event or process that you've already done. So looking back on what were the strengths in my performance, what was the strengths in my exam, what were my weaknesses in that exam, what opportunities did I miss or could I have done, and what things were stopping me doing well. That's just a good way to use as a reflection or an evaluation. So the YChart, again, these are great for anything that you've actually got to think creatively about. So what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? So this can help in a variety of ways. We've got a strategy for use with creative writing tasks, good for generating ideas about an event, what an event would look, sound or feel like. Good for hypothesizing about an event, experiment, character or performance, and can be used as a reflective tool as well. So the only way that these tools actually work is if you actually use them. Modify them to suit your needs. If you think they can be changed and headings changed, go for it. This is not the only way it can be done. Use the ones that you prefer. Some are very similar. You'll find some will be more your favourites than others. These are designed to make your study life a bit easier, just to give you a starting point. And that's the end.